Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over everything in the newest Demonology update, version 1.10.0. As I'm recording this, testing for this update is still open, but will close in a couple days, so this footage is not from the main game yet. Therefore, there may be some slight changes when the update arrives officially. However, all information and clips being taken are directly from the devs as well as from my own recordings. Finally, I'm super excited for this update, so let's get into it. Let's start with the new ghost types that were added to the game. We have the Ravager. The Ravager we recently teased in our Ultimate Ghost Guide video, but we have confirmed that it was given the trait of Leviathans, where it can throw multiple objects all at once. All of its abilities also leave EMF level 5, therefore it has evidence of EMF level 5, Inscription, and Spirit Box. I have confirmed through game testing that it does occasionally make the lightsaber sound that Leviathan once made. It also makes a very obvious sound where multiple objects were thrown at once. I'll leave a couple of sound clips here. We now also have the Vesper, which has now been officially teased and released in the testing period of the game. Vespers are entirely blind and they solely rely on sound hunt. They can track through walls and they have the evidence of inscription, prints, and wither. There are also some ghost model skins which have been added, which I'm very excited for. Firstly, there's a Watcher Pride Month skin now available. There are also several summer skins. There are ghost model skins available for both Biter and Abaddon, as well as item skins, which are available for exchange for in-game currency. So for free-to-play players, don't fret, you also have an opportunity to get some cool items as well. Next, let's move on to the building updates. Prison has had an entire revamp where it's been completely remade, so it looks super awesome now. Fenway Drive has also had a revamp where they've had a big makeover with new decor. So in my opinion, it looks a lot more cleaner and a lot more nicely put together. There was a cursed object added to the game, the magnifying glass. This can be used to find the ghost room and see the ghosts outside of hunts. However, it will drain the user's sanity over time and will cause the cursed hunt if the object is fully used or broken. Next, let's move on to some features that have been added to the game. There's now a new kill animation where the ghost can pop your head off, which I think looks pretty cool, as well as interactable lamps. So in certain maps, there are lamps which you can interact with, which gives more opportunities for lighting sources as well as interactions. There have also been a lot of changes to the game, starting with the lobby facelift. The lighting, depth, and UIs have all been improved, and in my opinion, it looks a lot sharper and gives a much more creepier vibe. They have also renamed evidence types, so ghostwriting is now known as inscription, and handprints has been renamed to prints. The Demon's Cross's spin trait is now much more pronounced. The interaction odds are now increased while the ghost is hunting. They also lowered equipment and perk level requirements, which is really nice for those that are not looking to grind a lot. They also lowered equipment costs, which is awesome for those who have a full loadout, because I know I'd be spending hundreds of dollars every run I play. There have also been journal improvements made, so the ghosts and evidence pages have been redesigned to fit more ghosts, which is super exciting, given that there will likely be more new evidence and ghosts added in the future. Energy drinks are now also buffed by 20%. There are some good changes that have been made to the custom difficulty settings. You can now select the type of ghost you encounter, so if you want to study any of those ghosts that you find, that's the best way to do it. You can now also change the rate at which evidence probability increases over time, and you can finally set the weather conditions of the job site. For those with hearing accessibility enabled, there is now a subtitle added for ghosts being hit with a shotgun. The Spirit Box subtitles are now separated by the response gender, and they also have subtitles for footsteps and VFX for thrown objects. They've also made adjustments to the photo camera reward algorithm. It now places a higher priority on intent for the score rather than distance, so the proximity from the camera to the center of the object now matters more than the distance from the subject, which is really nice. Dynamic heads will now load in on avatars. Leviathan's trait was changed from previously being able to throw multiple objects at once to now flickering equipment ability. Now your stamina no longer goes down when dead, and in the mimicry challenge, Skinwalker will no longer select to mimic ghost orb evidence. So please keep this in mind in case you're ever looking for a Skinwalker on the mimicry challenge. There's also been a body gyro rotation fix to the video cameras and the laser projectors, as well as ghostwriting improvements. This is a really cool update as it includes the ghost scratching as evidence, which means the ghost can now scratch words into the floors and the walls. Finally, there is also some improvements to the broken glass. So broken glass now has an objective and a photo reward. I've also noticed that broken glass now causes pain indicators when you're walking through them, so it's very obvious if glass is broken around you. Finally, let's move on to the bug fixes. The open doors during hunts has now been fixed, whether people are happy for that or not, as it was a pretty fun glitch. But the open tween can no longer override the closing tween on the door, so now the door will always be closed when the ghost hunts. They have also fixed how Wendigos occasionally hunt around lanterns and candles, which is very important as that is part of its trait. Nightmares now hunt more in the dark according to their trait, which was not functioning properly previously. The flower vase skin now stands correctly when dropped, and the default kill animation no longer waits for animation events, which previously caused the game to soft lock. The return to active job prompt now shows reliably, and the tutorial guide NPC no longer becomes jittery when trying to look at a player who is too close. Chris' solo trait now functions as intended, which was previously buggy due to a legacy failsafe. Exploiters can no longer spam light switches, fuse boxes, and doors to cause loud noises. Trypophobia's safe mode now works properly even when a biter skin is equipped, which is pretty cool as the summer skin does still apply to the Trypophobia safe mode, so now we have a cat with some beachwear on. Abaddon's model and its visible parts are now properly registered as maskless, so it should no longer move strangely or be as buggy as it once was. Ghosts can no longer break glass from out of range or their workspace, and ghost skins now render consistently. Thrown objects now only play a sound after impact, not before they've hit another object, and the hunt duration is no longer extended by the grace period. Finally, window frost no longer causes weird lighting effects as it once did. So those are all the current features, changes, and bug fixes added to the new Demonology update. Let me know what change you're most excited for, and check out my Ultimate Ghost Guide on Demonology if you haven't already. In the meantime, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.